Pundits, channel where we discuss all things football and pretend to know what we're talking about. And apparently we're uploading twice in 3 days now. That is provided.
Incredible.
That is provided I edit and upload this at on the proper time, which probably won't happen. But anyways,
feel like it's gonna be a
finally
waste.
good to have Fawaz back. It's been
Finally.
a long time. It's been a very long time. Also, Hari, welcome back. So, anyways, guys.
I cannot show my face.
No worries, man. No worries. So, anyways, guys, the Euro 2021 has come to conclusion, and Italy have won against England. None of us got this right in the predictions except Sumit in the video, but
He got it spot on as
To
well.
be fair, I
Spot
said
on.
penalties. I said Italy on penalties.
Doesn't
To
matter.
be,
You didn't get the scoreline right.
but I said Italy on pens.
You know what did happen though? So later that evening, after we uploaded the video, this page called Jersey Town, where me and Shash like to buy our jerseys from, hosted a giveaway, in which they asked us to predict the scores, and whoever got it correct would get a free jersey. And guess what? For some reason, again, like I said in the video itself, the only reason I picked England was because I wanted to go up, cover all bases and go separate from everybody else's prediction, because everybody predicted Italy to win. So yeah, I go to their giveaway page. In the comment section, I predict 1-1 and Italy win on pens. And surprisingly, I got it right. So now I'm getting a free jersey. So big up Jersey Town.
Big up Jersey Town, yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Flex is this.
if
These are
any-
all flex.
If any of you want to buy jerseys from them, you can. Personally, we
Top
can vouch for the
top
quality.
quality.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can vouch for
top
the quality.
quality jersey.
Definitely in the bio.
And by the way, guys, this video is not sponsored.
It's not sponsored.
There's a lot that's happened since the finals and during the finals. But just to sum it up, Yasir, what do you think your views are on the finals played between England and Italy?
Yeah, the start, I didn't expect that from Italy because they were so shaky at the start. Just across, Trippier got the ball on the wing and he just played it to, I think it was Shaw. First time shot and he scored.
And
Nobody saw that coming. And yeah, first time shot, and then the place erupted, Wembley erupted, and then after that, it was really hard to see Italy come back in the game looking at the entire atmosphere, because I think for the first half, from the 35th minute, Italy started to, take control of the game and start getting into the game.
Right.
But up until then, they looked off. They didn't look like they were going to do much. I think Chiesa had a shot on goal, which was like really close. But other than that, there was nothing coming from Italy. But in the second half, I think England went really defensive. Italy had fair share of possession, and that played out to Italy's strengths, I feel, because Jorginho started getting on the ball more, even though he couldn't play much passes through. Yeah, but at the end of the day, penalties, anything can happen in penalties. It's all up to it's a mind game at the end of the day, because who stays calm in those situations. And yeah, Italy came up on top on that.
Fair enough, Yasir. And I couldn't have described the game better myself. Honestly, I think it was not one of the scorelines people were very enthralled with. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Fawaz, I have a question for you. As a United fan, how big a role do you think Maguire and Shaw have played in bringing England to the finals?
Yeah, first things first, they've proved everyone wrong, including the United fans, because initially when they were starting out, especially Shaw after that injury, and he had like nobody expected him to even play for England and star for England in the end. The way he was playing under Mourinho.
Right.
And Harry Maguire, Harry Maguire also first season was not that great. Like everyone had lots of expectations from him, but he didn't deliver. But second season he was brilliant for us and for England as well. For England, he's always been like rock solid, a leader. So him and John Stones also. England had their defense was the the players, they had some mad mentality
Right.
to return to form and to play that way in such a way that they reach the finals. That's like a big huge achievement for them. And like you said, like you asked me, Shaw and Maguire, they played like very important roles. They were very solid, and Shaw going front, he had second most assists after Zubair, no, Steven Zubair.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had 3 assists. Then he got a goal in the final as well. So he was brilliant. He proved his haters wrong. So did Maguire. Yeah. So yeah, these guys like they did brilliantly, and I'm very happy as a Man United fan.
Mm, yeah, fair enough. Also, Shash, quickly moving on to the fact that everybody's been chiming so long about the substitutions in extra time that were clearly, the substitutions were made for the purpose of penalty shootout to perform better in the penalty shootout. Unfortunately, it didn't go that way. But what did you make of the situation?
Look, I personally felt that Southgate, first of all, starting with a 5 back, he surprised everyone. I think no one expected him to start with a 5 back because everyone thought that he's going to stick to what worked the entire tournament. And he came up with a different strategy. But then where he screwed up was just that penalty, the making those decisions of the substitutions. There was no need for it. I understand that Marcus Rashford is he's one of the best strikers in the Premier League. Jadon Sancho, amazing talent as well, who is now joined United as well. Now, both of them have not got game time throughout the Euros. They've not got a lot of game time. It's very hard to come into a final, take a penalty kick to win you the entire championship that you've not even played 30 minutes of. I think Jadon Sancho played one match. I
Yeah.
think but Rashford, I don't even think he played a single game. I don't think he started a single game. So you can't. Okay, you can bring on players if they have, if it was someone, let's say for example, Jorginho didn't start for Italy and Mancini brought him on later just for the penalty. That would have made sense because we know that Jorginho is someone who's really good at penalties. But then here you're expecting two kids who have not played the entire tournament to come on and take winning penalties. And the order as well, it was so messed up. I think Southgate took full responsibility after it. Kane, the captain, steps up first, which I personally feel he should have gone last. He should have been the fifth player to take it. I know that they wanted a good start, but it would have been better if he took, because he has experience and
He's the
taking off
captain.
exactly, and taking off players like Jordan Henderson, who also has experience, taking off players like Kyle Walker, who, even though I don't like him personally, but definitely he's had an
This
amazing
tournament.
tournament.
Right.
He's had you can't take off players who've had a good tournament just because there are penalties, because they've settled into the game. They've played the entire 120 minutes, and then you're bringing on two players who've not been warmed up well to take on penalty kicks in front of the home fans to win them the championship. So it didn't make sense to me, those penalty decisions. And Bukayo Saka, I feel so sad for him. 19 years old, and 19 or
19.
20, yeah,
He's
19, and
19.
taking the fifth penalty kick, the one that he had to score, and there was so much pressure. The order was bad. I think that entire strategy what Southgate chose was messed up.
Fair enough, but
Yeah, true.
reports suggest that he's going to be sticking around for the 2022 Qatar World Cup.
No,
Regardless,
I wanted to add one more thing because it's all Southgate. Grealish, he said he replied to a tweet of Roy Keane, I think.
right?
He said that Grealish, volunteered to take the penalty, but Southgate said no. And same with, I think, and he went on to say in press conference as well that they had training, they trained the penalties, but in a Euro final when Marcus Rashford, who hasn't got minutes, I think in a statement as well, Marcus Rashford said that I had a clear lack of confidence, and coming into this, he was out of it. Like he could score. Obviously, he's taken so many big penalties against PSG, that 3-2 to win the
Yeah.
game. But then now this is a whole different game because he hasn't started the game. He hasn't come into the team for so long, and then you put him in that spot. It was a good penalty, but he hit the
Yeah.
post.
I think
He
all of
sent
us saw
Donnarumma the right
this.
way.
I think all of us saw this match live, and we could see Rashford, Sancho, and Saka. The amount of pressure on their face, they did not look
Yeah,
confident at all.
Belotti,
Especially Sancho,
Belotti as
Belotti
well.
as well, Belotti as well. But I'm talking about the England
Yeah.
team because they were the ones who made the substitution. So, especially Sancho, before he took his run up, he was so lost. He didn't know what he was doing, and I don't blame him because he's not got minutes, even though he's a world class player. Uh, this is just Southgate's mistake. I think he could have stuck with experience here instead of making those late changes for the penalty.
But again, I see a lot of people going in on Southgate. I think what people fail to realize, or rather, they're giving him too much stick for, it's penalties, guys. Anything can happen. Essentially, you're at the mercy of one kick, and I think it's clearly been demonstrated because England were literally on the verge of winning. especially after that Belotti miss. They started off well. They had the confidence going for them. They took the lead, and then to
Pickford saved Jorginho's penalty as well. So
Pickford
I thought
saved
next,
England's ass the entire
yeah,
tournament.
He
true,
did.
true.
He did.
As
Anyways,
much as I hate him,
yeah, exactly.
I can't deny that he really
He
did
did
well
well.
this.
He did well. But Hari, I just want to speak to you. I just want to gather your thoughts on who do you think were the key players for Italy in this tournament?
There's no question in that. That central defense has to be them. And Jorginho, I feel sometimes maybe because I'm rooting for
Yeah.
him for the Ballon d'Or,
Yeah.
but never mind. The key players, if you ask me, is Donnarumma and them defensive players. I cannot remember the name. Chilney and Bonucci. I
Chiellini.
think. If I'm
Chiellini, my friend.
no, no, I will say
Chiellini.
Chilney,
Okay, fair.
Chilney and Bonucci.
All right, go ahead.
They just messing around. But yeah, these two guys, they, as Jose said, they can run the central defense classes or something at Harvard University. It's actually true.
Fair
They're
enough.
pretty good.
Yeah.
And that mastermind behind Italy's entire thing, it has to be Mancini, man. Come on, that guy took over like in 2018. They're in a unbeaten streak and they end up winning Euros. Nobody predicted that. What's the biggest this thing about this tournament? It's been very weird. The teams which we predicted will go out and all, they like ended up reaching semis. And Turkey, the biggest disappointment of this entire
The
tournament,
biggest
I would
disappointment
say.
is France, useless team.
France.
No, France, but at least
Disgrace.
they reached quarters.
What they
I
reached,
agree.
they
I
are
agree.
bro.
They are the world
Look at that
champions.
team. Look
No,
at
The
that.
world champions are
I get
supposed to reach
it.
the
No,
finals.
no, no. I get it. I get it. It's not
That was a-
subjective.
That
That was the-
Mbappe, my God, what a disgrace to a footballer.
So this is a rant about
Hate
France
the-
now.
I hate the guy. I mean, I don't hate the guy, but bro? How can he play like that? I don't want him
Yeah,
at Liverpool,
fair
bro.
enough,
I'd
but
rather
it's-
take some.
Bro,
I don't
he's
even know.
not
Yeah,
coming.
but my point being, like Turkey. We predicted Turkey to go way ahead,
Dark
but it's like,
horses.
come on. Yeah, the dark horses just transferred to
They became
Italy
white
and
horse.
I don't think Italy were the dark. I'll tell you what. I think the real dark horses of this tournament were Denmark, and
Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like
Denmark were the real dark horses.
yeah,
that Ericsson unfortunate incident that of that Ericsson thing that motivated the team very well. They
That
took it
actually
as a big motivation source and they pushed through. We didn't expect them to. I actually felt like Denmark got cheated in that England win. Maybe I'm not
Bro,
that much
I
of a
wanted
great
Denmark. I
England
wanted
Everyone
supporter,
have
but,
their opinions.
yeah.
yeah,
But
but yeah,
yeah.
that's just an opinion. But yeah,
Yeah.
fair play for Southgate. Unlucky it was a deja vu, but it is what it is.
But regardless, guys, I feel like Donnarumma finishing player of the tournament deserved. Probably
Yeah,
like
that's
Aspas deserved.
completely justified.
Obviously, Ronaldo finishing top scorer. Schick, I think Schick tweeted out earlier. He's like, he got lucky. It's so good to see that even when players like Ronaldo are motivating young players to perform better themselves. Because I think in his tweet, Schick mentioned my idol Cristiano Ronaldo, and I think that's perhaps one of their bigger contributions to the footballing world. The fact that he's able to motivate young players to perform. I think Mbappe is a even better example.
Yeah.
He clearly tries to emulate Ronaldo
Yeah.
every time he plays. Maybe not in this tournament. He's been horrendous this tournament, but it's just one of those things. Particular like some players you peg them to perform well, they don't. Some you don't expect anything from, but they go ahead and steal the show.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
been a very good tournament, but I quickly just want to address the address the issue rather, that is English fans in particular. I think right before the
Horrible.
game started,
It's quite disappointing, I feel.
it's very disappointing. I mean, you are, when people say you're not supposed to generalize, and I agree. You shouldn't generalize in majority of the cases. But if
Yeah,
you're an
I'm not
Italian fan-
generalizing.
all I'm saying is if you're an Italian fan, right, traveling to an unknown country for the first time to watch your team play in the finals, and
Exactly.
you are being assaulted essentially, because make no mistake, that was assault, what England fans did. If you're being assaulted by people of that country, that essentially becomes your perception of everybody in that country. And can you blame the Italians for saying that all English people are hooligans? No. I think all of you have seen clips of this. The clip essentially shows England fans beating up or assaulting Italian fans and their own fans for some weird reason at the end of the game. It all started off when
It just yeah.
it all
It
started
all
off
started off when they broke into the stadium when they didn't have tickets.
essentially. So there's this video. I think this event has been very fairly well documented by Sky Sports or whatever other British media houses there are. It essentially shows it began with a clip in which the England fans were essentially tearing down the metal barricades put up by the stewards for the protection and safety of the fans. They essentially kicked it down in groups, and then they all literally just ran past the barriers, sprinted past the barriers without tickets, entered the arena or entered the stadium rather, proceeded to disturb the entire game. Luckily, nothing happened in the match, or rather during the match in the crowd. But the scenes before and after, there were clips released where I think there was a clip released where one of the fans was being thrown into the River Thames,
Yeah.
and to see something that is really scary. And obviously, the penalty misses, the young players who've been subjected to racial abuse, the
Yeah, exactly. The England, I think this tournament they've been brilliant. Southgate had a plan for them, two holding centermen and all that. But the tournament went like really well for them up until the finals, and then you could see everything just crumbling down for them with the fans, with the racial abuse. It just went. They took it too far when they just took it too far. It's really sad to see that
Yeah,
it has come to this.
yeah, I
yeah.
think
Since Siriush mentioned penalties, that Denmark incident, flashing the laser at Skimmel, that was not a nice thing to do.
That was a
It was
start as well.
very
Yeah.
disgraceful
Not just
thing.
this tournament,
You know,
every tournament England fans have been like doing one thing or another.
yeah,
Even
England.
yeah,
2018 World Cup, they clashed with Russian fans, if you guys remember.
That's because they
Yeah.
can't win shit.
That's true. Also, if you guys remember, this is rampant on the club level as well. I mean, not
Yeah.
yeah, I get it. It gets funny sometimes as well. But to be very honest, this is something very serious, and I am not afraid to say this. All English fans are hooligans, especially given the current
yeah,
circumstances. I
not
would
all of
generally-
them.
No, I'm not saying this as a fact that every single one of them. I'm saying
There
the majority
goes
of
our
the ones.
English audience.
I don't give a shit, man.
We don't have.
Yeah. No,
Bro,
No,
Indians
like
don't
he's
watch.
addressing the fact. He's addressing the fact. There's nothing to be afraid of.
yeah, exactly. They are
Yeah,
hooligans. They've behaved like hooligans. This has happened time and time again. Obviously,
this is the
Liverpool
culture. Like they there's obviously alcohol, and then obviously the fact that you lose is not very easy to take,
Hmm.
and then you obviously turn to violence. You watch you
Yeah.
see a fan who's alone.
This
It's
kind of
it's not ju- but
behavior is
it's not
encouraged
justified.
over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
you know what I don't understand is the fact that the drinking part. I think somebody tweeted. I think Sky Sports or somebody tweeted out, one of the pundits saying that how has drinking been allowed from 6 when the game starts at 7? So 1 hour before the game, everybody's already drinking and already the mood has been set. And again,
Yes.
assaulting Italian fans, I don't condone it, but it still makes sense. They are the opposition. You lost to their team. Why would you assault English fans? Because in the clip,
Yeah.
they're
Just,
clearly
you
assaulting
know,
English. And this actually is rampant on the club level as well. Liverpool, when they went to Barcelona for that UCL, I think a couple of Liverpool
yes.
fans Scousers thought it was funny to push a Spanish, was it an old man into the fountain?
Yeah, that's an imbecile behavior
Yeah,
there.
and recently when the Chelsea and Manchester City fans clashed in the streets of
Yeah.
Portugal, I mean,
It's
come on.
I don't know, man. Like they're like a bunch of dingbats. They make the entire England look like a trash can. To be honest,
Yeah, essentially
I'm
these
not
are
even
the
kidding.
group of fans that give
You
the
know,
entire English fan base a
yeah.
bad name.
This makes me think of that Rashford incident that recently happened. They painted something racially very disgraceful
Yeah,
things
they
on his
vandalized his
inside
mural.
Manchester United.
There was
And
But you know what's the
there
good
was this
thing?
tweet on there was this tweet which said there was a list of how much money you will get paid if you do this to a
Yeah,
black
that's
person
disgusting.
with the N word. So
Just
it was
disgusting. It's just
Bro,
disgusting.
No, and the fact that Rashford,
Yeah,
why they
but
put up that mural? Because he did so much for
Yeah.
he did so much for the
yeah,
poor children and to
yeah,
feed
for
poor
the
children.
charitable things, he has done so much.
It got repainted again today.
Yeah, and that exactly
Yeah.
goes to show why there are still good fans in England. You can see
Yes,
that
true.
the
Exactly.
moment it has happened, the police have covered it up with, I think, black posters,
yeah,
or like rather
black
pitch
posters.
black posters, and people have gone and stuck hearts and everything on that, and that goes
Yeah.
to show as a community this is how supportive you
Yeah.
should be of your country.
Yeah.
Football is a beautiful game,
Yeah,
guys. There's a
it's
reason
just
why it's called the beautiful game. The fans shouldn't become the
yeah.
reason
At the
for which
end,
it isn't called the beautiful game anymore.
yeah. At the end of the day, it's just a sport. You just don't need to elevate it to a level where you go behind like people's family and on the skin color. Family reminds me of the Morata incident. He was so scared, like his death threats were coming, and it's not a nice thing to do, man. They're
Yeah.
players. They have mistakes happens.
That's true.
I mean, you cannot do things like that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think throughout the tournaments,
Just
obviously there have been only positives. The only negative we can perhaps take is what has happened in the recent
is the England thing,
in the
yeah.
recent days. Not just the England.
Honestly,
like,
relatively, this tournament was smooth compared to any other major tournament I've seen in the past. There's not many, fights or anything that broke out apart from this one final that all went down. It all went down there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there will be incidents like really small here and there, obviously, because people coming together,
Very
people
small,
tuning in. Yeah, but on such a huge scale, never.
It's not. It was not there.
but regardless, guys, I still feel like Euro 2020, or rather, I should say 2021, produced some of the most beautiful footballing moments we've ever seen. One of them would probably be
Oh,
the
man.
Patrick Schick goal. Perhaps the
Yeah,
goal of the
it
tournament.
reminds me of the Schick's goal, that wonderful screamer he scored.
Didn't you just say that?
Yeah, I just said Schick's goal. Schick's goal
Oh,
reminded you
no,
of
man.
Schick's goal.
No, my bad. I didn't hear you. Is there a signal
Legend
problem at
with
my
this.
place?
Yeah,
So I
regardless.
was in.
Anyways, guys, before we wrap up, I think let us all just say which player do you think deserve to be the player of the tournament, if not Donnarumma. Let's start off with Fawaz.
Bonucci.
Fair enough, Fawaz. What about you, Hari?
Yeah, I would say Ronaldo, but not Ronaldo, obviously.
No, Ronaldo
Uh,
scored 3 penalties.
Doesn't matter.
Penaldo. He's
See, Ronaldo, but
Penaldo. He's Penaldo.
It doesn't matter.
Fawaz is vexed,
He's,
bro.
he's vexed, bro. He's done. Anyways, Hari, who do you think it is?
I don't have any other player apart from Donnarumma, to be honest. I would say maybe Luke Shaw. He had a good run.
Fair enough, mate. What about you, Shash?
I was going to say Jorginho. Purely because he helped carry Italy to the finals. I was actually going to say Spinazzola, but he got injured. He didn't play two games. But till then, he really helped that attacking input of Italy. So, yeah, but Jorginho, just because he played every single game.
Yeah, I agree as well, because defensively as well, he had the most interceptions in the entire tournament. So you could see like he was a focal point in midfield.
Right.
Exactly.
I would say Jorginho as well. I think other than Donnarumma, obviously you can say Bonucci, and other than that, obviously you can say Jorginho.
I would personally go for Chiellini.
Yeah.
For me, it would be between Chiellini or Sterling.
Yeah, that was like the backbone of the team.
Yeah, Sterling.
Sterling was brilliant.
I think for all the abuse he's received,
Yeah.
for performing bad with City. To be very honest, in this tournament, he's proven how crucial he is to that English squad.
Even if he didn't score goals, he was such a threat in the final third.
Yeah, he was taking
The
players on.
defenses had lots of problems.
I
Like
think only real football
marking-
fans understand when I say this, that football is not just about scoring goals, or rather, that's not all forwards do. I mean, you can see forwards like Timo Werner and obviously Raheem Sterling, brilliant examples of how they pull the defenders away to make space. Because if they're
Yeah.
not pulling those
Yes.
defenders away, then Shaw can't put in those
Exactly.
crosses very easily.
Yeah.
Who will do it? Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
Braithwaite for Denmark. Did you guys see him play?
Brilliant,
He was
brilliant.
brilliant. He didn't score goals, but
Braithwaite
because
was
of
also
him,
good.
other players could thrive.
Exactly. But I guess that would be our that would be our opinion on who's supposed to be the player of the tournament, if not Donnarumma. Please let us know who you think deserve to be the player of the tournament apart from Donnarumma in the comment section down below. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. That's from us for this episode. Please make sure you subscribe to our channel. 41% of you who are watching our videos are not subscribed to the channel. If you don't subscribe, I will send your phone numbers and addresses to English fans, and then you are responsible for what happens next. Better watch it. But anyways, guys,
Yas ruined it. Yas had also ruined it.
no wait. But anyways, guys, make sure to drop a like on this video. Please share it with your friends. It helps us expand our reach. And also, guys, please stay
Exactly.
home, stay safe. I don't think we're anyone to lecture people on this, but yeah, please, guys, it's tough time. So stay home, stay safe. Please donate to COVID relief if you can. And yeah, guys, see you in the next one.
Just don't be an English
Bye.
fan.
Afzal Reyes other create Jai Hind.
What did you say, Yasir?
I didn't say anything.
He said, please don't be an English fan.
Just don't be like English fans.
Fair.